Well, hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to quickly unbox this Tetra Whisper hang on the back filter and then give a little bit of a review about it, so stick around. Okay, so you might be thinking to yourself, why is he unboxing this old filter? So if you don't know, this is an old filter. They do make more modern Whispers now, but this is a filter that I like, and I'm going to explain in the video why I like it. I don't have any in my fish room, but I have a lot of experience with it, and I'll talk a little bit more about that after we unbox the filter. But yes, I bought an old-fashioned design filter, one that's been around for probably 20 plus years, probably more than that, because it's a good filter, and we'll explain about that. So when you unbox it, you get the filter. Surprise! So it is a hang on the back that has one uptake tube and two spillways. And ordinarily I'm not a fan of the hang on the back filters that have the cartridges, which this filter does. But this particular filter, I do like the cartridge system, and in the application I'm going to put it on, I'll explain more in a minute. It's hard to get to the hang on the back filter, so right now I have an AquaClear 70 on it, but to get that basket out of there without getting everything wet and without making a mess is just a pain in the butt. And that tank tends to take a lot of punishment because it has a nasty pleco in it that makes a big mess. So this filter, while I don't ordinarily like the cartridges, this filter's design I like a lot better than Marineland. So it's essentially just a plastic sleeve thing here. It has a clip on the top, and this is just essentially filter floss with carbon inside of it. You could not use carbon if you want, or use it if you prefer, whatever. In this application I'm just going to use it because there isn't any plants or anything. So this sleeve just goes right on in like that, and you can take it in and out. It also has this foam pad, which is for your biological filtration, that sits right in front. So I like this design. I wasn't familiar with it until I worked at an aquarium store that has a bunch of these, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. So aside from the filter itself, you got your uptake tubes and your impeller, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about the filter and get this set up on the tank and show you in just a minute, so hang around. So as I was explaining, I became familiar with this filter while working part-time at a local fish store in Richmond, Virginia. There are about 15 plus of the Whisper 60s and some smaller Whispers that I'll show in this film that I took while I was working. So this is the primary hang on the back filter that we use at this local fish store, and they've been using them for many years, and quite a few of them have been up for decades. The main thing about them is occasionally any filter that's been on a tank that long, occasionally the impeller needs replaced. And then also the other thing that can happen with these filters is where the motor connects on the bottom of the filter housing, the gasket can sometimes get worn and start leaking there. Sometimes a little silicone, or a little Vaseline will seal it right back up. Other times you may need a new gasket. The good thing about these filters, like AquaClears, they've been around for a long time, which means you can find a lot of parts for them at reasonable prices. So I think this isn't a filter that I would probably have come across hadn't it been that I worked at this store, and having maintenanced a lot of them, they hold up well, and they require less maintenance than a similar Marineland does on a similarly stocked tank. So it just became, by virtue of me having a lot of experience with them here, a filter that I really like, and it just turned out that it would be perfect on the application that I'm going to use it for, where I would prefer to be able to access these filter cartridges, just pull them out, rinse them out, and put them right back in, which is what we do at the store. We just take them to the sink, we spray them out, and we put them back. And when the filter floss has had it, which it takes a decent amount of time, you can keep reusing them. Once the filter floss is worn out, then we take it off and we put a new sleeve onto the filter. So yes, these have taken some abuse and they've held up nicely. Alright, so let's recap. I got the Whispers 60 on this 60-gallon tank that I did have an AquaClear 70 on. It's doing good. I like the profile of this filter. It's not too intrusive. Fits on the back of the tank really nice. And it's doing what it's supposed to do. So this is a good filter. You can get them pretty cheap for the size of the filter. They are pretty quiet, as the name would suggest. It's rated for up to a 60-gallon tank. I would say you could put it on a 75. If it was heavily stocked, you might want to put a couple of them, one on either side. But yep, I like this filter. Thanks for hanging in there with me on this video. I'll catch you next time around. Be well. Bye for now.